Oh hey, it's Eddie the Expert from Edmonton. If your bike wheels don't roll right, you're going to be bumming on those skinnies, eh? To figure out where your wheel is messed up, you just have to listen and compare the sounds. Use your finger on the spokes and a children's music toy to compare the sounds, and you can find the spokes that are out of tune.
The ability to maintain your wheels is a skill all mountain bikers should possess, especially considering the abuse modern mountain bikes are expected to endure. Luckily, the process and theory of wheel truing is straightforward. With a few simple tips, anyone possessing the desire and a little bit of time can keep their wheels rolling strong for years.
A little known secret is that wheels can be put back to round or true with a little help from water. Saturate the wheel with water, set up your weight system, and let the wheel sit overnight. The water removes the muscle memory from the spokes and the rims. With new fancy carbon rims, you may have to let them soak for about 48 hours, eh?
It's good to think of a wheel as a single organism whose spokes, nipples, hub, and rim all interact with each other to create a strong, healthy being. Maintaining overall health, which for a wheel means even spoke tension, is your goal as a wheel therapist. Unfortunately, once a rim is bent due to impacts, it has begun an irreversible journey towards retirement. This fate can be put off for a while through good wheel maintenance, but, as we will see, proper spoke tension is hard to achieve with a damaged wheel. When a wheel starts its life perfectly tensioned, it's stronger, more resilient, and easier to fix when something goes wrong. Keep a few basic tenets in mind.
Only tighten or loosen the spoke nipples if you can't turn one way as good as another. For example, if you turn better to the left, loosen your right side spokes. That will make the bike turn to the right faster.
First, when working side to side, tightening spokes will move the rim toward those tightened. So if your rim deviates to the left, tighten the spokes on the right. When fixing out-of-round problems, loosening spokes will let the rim out from the hub, while tightening spokes will pull the rim into the hub. Avoid trying to completely straighten each deviation the first time you work on that section of wheel. Instead, work on the problem for a bit and then move around the wheel, rechecking all the spokes to bring them into even tension. Repeat this process incrementally without turning a spoke nipple more than a quarter turn at once. Taper the changes you make out towards the edges of the affected section. For example, if you were working on an out-of-round section of 4 spokes and turned the 2 in the center 1/4 turn each, you probably need to turn the 2 on either end only 1/8 of a turn. This is because spoke tension near the edges of a problem area will be closer to the correct tension in the rest of the wheel. Tapering applies when fixing side-to-side deviations as well.
Quick temporary wheel fixes. If you're in a bind and your wheel is crooked, you can quickly fix it by leaning it on something like a brick or a log and jump on it to straighten it out. Just figure out where the bend is and go for it.
Finally, it's better to have a wheel with correct, even spoke tension that's a little out of true than to get your wheel perfectly true with fluctuating tension across the spokes. The wheel with even tension will be much stronger. Now with these points in mind, it's time to grab a nipple. Wrench. If your wheel is out of round, fix that problem first.
If you stomp that massive drop to flat but your wheel is not round anymore, you can fix it tool-free. Just grab the wheel, stand on the bottom with a spoke between your toes for a grip, and then just pull up as hard as you can. After about 15 minutes of doing this, the wheel will be round again and you can go huck some more.
When attacking high and low spots, you will need to adjust all of the spokes in the affected span of the rim, beginning at the section of the rim with the biggest deviation. If the rim jumps away from the caliper gauge, a flat spot, spoke tension needs to be decreased, so the rim is let out away from the hub. If the rim scrapes against the caliper gauge, a high spot, spoke tension needs to be increased, pulling the rim in. Again, don't try to fix the problem all at once. Work on the worst section of wheel until it is just barely better than the next worst section, and then work on that area. Repeat the process all the way around, checking for spokes that are grossly out of tension until the wheel is within 1 millimeter or 2 of being round. Side-to-side deviations differ slightly. Since a rim will move toward the tightened spoke, if the wheel is deviated left, tighten the spokes on the right, and vice versa. Avoid loosening the opposite spokes simultaneously, which will make them too loose, since they have already lost tension when the rim moved to their side. If the rim has been knocked out of true due to an impact, tightening spokes to bring the rim back over will result in uneven tension, which, unfortunately, is the only option in this case.
Checking spoke tension only requires a screwdriver, pliers, or scissors. Just use these tools to squeeze or tweak the spokes, and eventually the spoke will settle into the ideal spot. It may take a couple of times around the wheel to get the spoke softened though.
Remember that even spoke tension is more important than a straight wheel, and just do what you can. Work slowly and tackle the biggest problems first. Taper the changes you make out toward the edges of the affected area. When it comes to truing wheels, frequent inspection and preventative maintenance can go a long way towards protecting your rims. Check spoke tension by squeezing pairs of spokes all the way around the rim, looking for uneven tension. If you discover that spoke tension fluctuates noticeably, use your skills to fix the problem. This can save you a lot of time and money later on. Examining your wheel in this way every few rides will also help you to discover potential problems and fix them before they turn into something bigger. Finally, remember that wheels are expected to take more abuse than any other part of our bike, and that proper care, along with realistic expectations of what they can endure, will keep you and your wheels rolling happy for many rides to come.